Okay, today we are doing EE5 in IXL, and we're going to try to get to 80 again, 80 or higher. Now, what we're facing here is we have our like radicals, so this is going to be pretty basic. 5 square root 5 minus 8 square root 5 is really just 5 minus 8. So 5 minus 8 is going to give me negative 3 square root 5s. Okay, just like if we had 5x minus 8x, you would have negative 3x. We're going to have negative 3 square root 5. Okay, now same idea. Negative 7 square root 5 plus 8 square root 5. That's going to give me 1 square root 5. We don't need to write it. If you wrote at least 1, it assumes that the coefficient is 1. Now, still pretty easy. Our score's only at 19. Negative 6 square root 2 plus 4 square root 2 is going to be negative 2 square root 2. Haven't had to make any simplifying of radicals yet. Okay, and still negative 2 square root 5 plus 7 square root 5. Negative 2 plus 7 is 5 square root 5. Okay, still we're adding 4 square root 3 plus 9 square root 3 is going to be 13 square root 3. And we've got our first one where we have to make an adjustment. Okay, so not until our score was in the 40s do we have to make any type of an adjustment. So this one we're going to break up into negative 10 times the square root of 9 times the square root of 10. Okay. Now, square root of 3, the square root of 9 I can take. It's going to be 3, and that's going to join the negative 10 that's already on the outside. So that's going to give us negative 30 square root 10 plus 9 square root 10. Okay. Now, this is negative 30 plus 9, which is going to give us negative 21 square root 10. Okay. Now we're back to plain vanilla stuff. We've got negative 5 square root 2 and 10 square root 2. Negative 5 plus 10 is going to be 5, and that's 5 square roots 2. Right, negative 2 square root 5 plus 7 square root of 125. These radicals don't match, so we're going to try and simplify. Can't take anything out of the square root of 5, but you can break up the square root of 25. So this would be 7 times the square root of 25 times the square root of 5. Square root of 25 we can take. It's 5. So we're going to have 5 times 7 as our coefficient. So now I'm going to rewrite over here. Negative 2 square root 5 plus 35 square root 5. Negative 2 plus 35 is going to be 33 square root 5. Okay, over here again, so we have a root 3 in here and we don't have it here. So I'm going to try and break this up by dividing by 3. If we divide this by 3, this is going to break up into negative 6 times the square root of 49 times the square root of 3. 147 divided by 3 is going to go in 49 times. Now, square root of 49 we can take. It's going to be 7, so that's going to give me a lead coefficient of negative 42. So I have 6 square root 3 minus 42 square root 3. Okay, so if I'm going to subtract 6 away from 42, that's going to leave me with negative 36 square root. Now, in here, I'm looking, looks like I can divide out of 4. Okay, so it's divisible by 2, it's divisible by 2 again. So I'm going to break this up into negative 7 times the square root of 4 times the square root of 35. Okay. Square root of 4 I can take. It's going to be 2. So this is going to give me 5 square root 35 minus 2 times 7. That's going to give me 14 square root 35. So 5 minus 14 is going to give me negative 9. Okay, square root 35. Okay, that gives you pretty much the general idea. You're going to want to do something similar to this one as you move forward. Try to get to 80 today. I know it's I'm taking it easy on you guys because I want you guys to take the time to catch up for any assignments that you still may